Hello everybody, my name as always is EvolvedPixel and we are back with some more mega builds because we have started a new project. Now, this kind of serves really as an introduction to the project because the project is likely going to take several episodes. But my big goal for today was just to get the project started, to create sort of what is going to be the central hub of the project. That has been accomplished. We have our central hub, and I even started building a little bit outside of it. So that is the main thing. It's basic, but building that hub, making a decision of where it was going to go, preparing the land around it, and then building it was always going to take some time. And now it's done. You may remember this valley. I have been here before. I built this a long time ago. I didn't build the valley, but I built the light. Because this leads basically to the sea. Or at least the closest sea to us. There are several. I did have to make a tunnel to go through a mountain, but it is quite literally a straight shot from the valley to the ocean with this tunnel. And I said at the time, I think at this point may have been a couple of years ago now, I said at the time that I was going to build stuff out here, and then I never did it because one project idea happened after another, after another, after another. But as with much of my content, I've been going back on the old ideas I always said I would do and then never did, and actually doing them. And that's what this is. You come out from here, you take a left into the main ocean, and you can't miss it, can you? You can't miss it. Welcome to Pixelandia. And now we need to play the Jurassic Park theme. But no, because A, it doesn't have dinosaurs, and B, it isn't done. It is quite impressive to behold, especially from here. As you can see, we have a domed roof on it, which is the only part that actually sticks out. And of course, there is a beacon here. It is a fully powered beacon, although it doesn't need to be. This is going to be Pixelandia. It's going to expand outwards all four sides, and it will have numerous buildings. But the goal for today, well, it was to make this area where I can actually start building, and it was to build this here. Sure enough, we are. Ignore the emerald arches at the moment. The arch itself around it will stay. The emerald is temporary. This is just to stop the water flooding. It will eventually be broken. In fact, if you have a look over here, you can see that has expanded beyond. And there it is. So this is basically a central hub. You won't enter via here. There will be some specific entrances you can walk into. This will also link to the rail network. Possibly also the Happy Ghast. I will admit I haven't given that a huge amount of thought, but they will all link in at some point. I have a rough plan for how I want things to go. I know kind of the buildings I want to make and things like that. But in terms of the work we've done, it is quite limited. It was just about getting this started. Now up here is going to be the main sort of palace. I suppose technically it's my home really because it's my world, but it's going to be kind of the main palace for the ruler and so on. This final floor will be the bedroom, and these two will be our things, but this wasn't really important. It's this main hub area here. But up here is going to be sealed off. It's going to be sort of no entry except for the people who live here. But down here is a public area. Obviously, you can see there's a hole in the floor. That hole is intentional, just to be clear. It's not accidental. But it's going to be sort of a hole all the way out. I'm going to have waterfalls coming from the top all the way down to the bottom, but I didn't put those in yet. I'm going to wait until I've actually built it. And you see, you've got flowers here and stuff like that. It's just a central area. This is the only sign we have here, but there will be a bunch more signs telling you what is what direction and so on. See, we come into here, we have our first underwater tunnel. And then, of course, this is the exit. This will not remain the exit. This is going to be a farm through here, but obviously I haven't built that yet. And then in terms of the entrance to the sort of non-public areas, you can see we have these stairs going up here on either side, and that will be all 4 ways as well. But the idea is there's going to be a farm going this way. There will also be apartments. There will be a docks. There will be public recreation areas. There will be a forge. There'll be all manner of different things. There'll be this way will take you to a building. This way will take you to a building. This way will take you to a building, and of course, this way will as well. And then other buildings will spurt off from that. So it's going to be sort of a series of tunnels and so on. I'm taking a little bit of inspiration from like the International Space Station and things like that, where it's kind of just module onto module onto module with things connecting them, and that's basically what this is going to be here. Because at the end of the day, it's an underwater city. You do not expect the maximum level of comfort, so everything's going to be sort of publicly accessible, with the exception of up there, but I'll steal that off at a later date. And yeah, it's going to be, I can tell you right now, the housing is going to be apartment based. It's going to be small rooms, or even in some cases bunk beds. It's not going to be what we would expect, but again, it's an underwater base. There are limits to comfort. That is what we have built so far, and that's what I'm going to show off to you today. It doesn't look so impressive from here. From up here it looks pretty good though. Although it looks even better without the rain, but hey, I didn't choose the rain. Now you can see there's obviously lots of natural foliage around here. Obviously this goes down quite a bit further because I needed it for the big tower. So right now there is no foliage or plants or even a lot of life. There will be. It's just I'm not going to put that in until after all of this is built and all of that. I will sort out the environment, but I will do it after. But this very much is going to be the first project of next year. I imagine it will probably be one of the first videos that comes out next year. At least that's the plan. But yeah, next time I'm going to do, I think I'm going to try and do the farm and the apartment. Maybe something else. We'll have to see how much time we have. But until then, thank you for watching. Thank you for being here and for watching this mega build showcase. As it is getting close to Christmas, I wish you all a very Merry Christmas, and I'll hopefully see you all very, very soon.